I'm glad I'm speaking to you, and I hope you have been following this conversation. Number one, what would the president benefit from not supporting National Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What would the party benefit from not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What will I benefit from not supporting Tinubu?
To the first question, what would the president benefit from, as you said? There are those who are saying that, well, Mr. President simply is not interested. He's always said, vote for whoever you want. Just go there and vote
for Mr. Fulani, Mr. President wears two caps. One, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Second cap, leader of APC.
Okay.
When Mr. President is addressing Nigerians, he has no choice than to tell them to say vote for the candidate of your choice. Mr. President cannot, as president of Nigeria, say you must vote for APC. If he does that, it means he's only president of APC.
Well, but he's saying it now in the campaign season.
But when he goes to the rostrum,
okay,
at the appropriate platform, when he puts on the cap of the leader of the party, he says, "This is my successor."
Yes, he has said that. But so people have to understand that.
Yes,
they have to understand the dual role.
I'm sure they do, but they're being mischievous.
Mr. George,
with due respect.
Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to the Honorable Minister.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Uncle Yori, there is a saying that action speaks louder than words. What the Honorable Minister is saying right there does not seem to tally with the actions that we are seeing. That is why you see people calling and repeating the same questions, because they are not getting answers to the real questions. Now, the minister said he has attended 6 rallies. I've seen him only on 2, the one in Nasarawa and the one in Kwara. He is from Kwara, and we expected him to be in the forefront, but he's not. I remember at that Kwara rally, the judge showed him for about 10 seconds. He did not say anything. What do you read to that? Now, Uncle Yori, Lai Mohammed is the Minister of Information. Under his watch, 98% of the media houses in Nigeria are attacking Tinubu against the ethics of the profession. They are attacking his person. We are not seeing sanctions against them. If you were in my position as a political watcher, what would you believe? What would you say? We are aware that this same president was to contest in 2019. The National Assembly presented the amended Electoral Act before him, before the election came up. He didn't sign it because he knew the implications it will have on his election. But when his successor is about to come, we are seeing naira change. We are seeing all sorts of,
fuel scarcity,
bureaucratic things that will put impediments on the way.
Okay, Mr. George, I think enough said. Thank you, sir, for calling in.
Well, thank you, Mr. George. I beg to say that you are wrong on all fronts. Number one, I was not in Kwara State for 10 seconds.
No. He's probably talking about the television cut.
It's not even then, because I was right in front with the president, with Ashwaju, and I was at the airport to receive Ashwaju, and I was there days before.
Okay.
Because the people you saw there that were mobilized, they did not come or jump from the trees. 2, Mr. George, I was in Katsina. Mr. George, I was in Lagos rally. Mr. George, I was in Ibadan yesterday.
Yes.
So
Can you fathom any reason as to why people are calling in and saying that, Alhaji, you've been scarce?
No,
is it mischief that
I wouldn't know.
No,
Some
because,
will be honest. Some might be honest. I don't know,
because it keeps on coming up.
No,
that,
you see,
Alhaji, where have you been?
See, and then I went back again to say at the beginning of this matter, no administration has done what I have done as Minister of Information and Culture to create a platform.
Okay, the scorecard.
Platform. None to campaign for my party. And when I campaign for my party, what am I campaigning for?
Yes, but it wasn't understood. It was thought that, as you said, scorecard, 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, that's one thing. Project Tinubu is another thing.
They are inseparable. Listen, Mr. Polani, it's one thing if Ashwad Tinubu was contesting on an independent platform.
Which is not.
Which is not available. It's a different thing if he was coming in from another party, say Labour. Then he can now base his campaign on what he's going to do. But if your party has spent 8 years in power, and you cannot tell me what they have done, why should I vote for you?
Okay.
So what I've been doing is equivalent of political rally, and I've done 25 of them.
And this effectively should be seen as campaigning for Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Absolutely. Let me just ask the last question.
Okay.
You said 98% of the media houses are against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And what have I done?
Well,
wait a minute. I'm Minister of Information and Culture. And I think when you talk about the media, you have the private media, which is probably 80% of the media we have today in Nigeria. You have the social media. And I want you to please go to NBC and find out what they have done in trying to curtail, fake news.
Okay.
What I have done in trying to curtail fake news. What I have done in trying to return sanity into the media, space. But if I am Minister of Information and 98% of the media is against APC, they are against me. And where is Mr. George? When for the last 8 years I've been fighting against fake news, I've been fighting against disinformation, I've been fighting against hate speech, to the extent that I started an advocacy against fake news.
Okay. Mr. Joshua in Ogun State. Good morning, sir.
Oh, okay. Uncle Yori, good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I greet the minister, sir.
Yeah.
I want to commend the minister coming from a different angle. He's a strategist. Unfortunately, Nigerian politics is grassroots politics. I think that's the issue. So we should understand with the people. You are a strategist. Of course, you have to put forward the scorecard of the administration. That's a good one. The area I want to briefly just ask him to look at is that he's concentrating too much on Aso Rock. This policy is coming from CBN. CBN are governor. He's a governor. CBN now, but the guy, they suffer us. And we right? Now, inside Aso Rock, everybody should be vigilant. I will just finally say, Nigerians, please, don't let us riot. If they want us to fight, it is to bring in interim government. Don't let us fight.
All right,
let
then.
us be patient.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua, calling in from Irewole. That's the one thing we missed out. This whole charge, fifth columnist, whoever, there's a grand design to make us end up with an interim government. Maybe you have any comment on that before we close?
Mr. Polari, there will be no interim government. Mr. Polari, Ashwad Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win this election. Mr. Polari, APC will succeed itself. And there's no clear indication that there will be no interim government, and we have no intention of staying one day extra. And the fact that we have already constituted a transition committee.
That's right. That's right.
And that
Mr. President has done
by the
that.
grace of God, would hand over to the APC candidate. No matter the conspiracy theories all around. And
Having won at the polls, of course, which you're taking for granted. This is what you're taking for granted.
We will win at the polls because we are working to win at the polls. The presidential candidate is everywhere. He has campaigned more than any other candidate.
That is a fact.
The government is totally behind him.